Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show with our host, Bill Sheldon. Join us each week as we explore the courses, the people, and the events that shape our great game.
Hello, this edition of Michigan Golfer remembers a man whose name is revered in Michigan golf. In fact, the Executive Secretary of the American Society of Golf Course Architects called W. Bruce Matthews Mr. Golf in Michigan. Mr. Matthews died recently at the age of 96. To help us reflect on the remarkable man is his grandson, W. Bruce Matthews III. Welcome, Bruce.
It's good to be here.
It's been said that your grandfather pioneered the way golf courses were designed and helped make them more playable and affordable. Mr. Matthews really wanted to open the game up to the masses, didn't he?
That was his theory basically from the outset. Is designed so that the average golfer has fun playing the golf course.
Your grandfather's career really began during the Depression era, and that had to be a challenging time and certainly in a lot of ways probably influenced his philosophy. Tell us a little bit about those early days.
Well, after graduating from Michigan State in 1925, his first job was for Stiles and Van Cleek, a firm out of Boston, doing Tarpon Springs Country Club in Florida. Mm-hmm. What his main job was the observation of construction, and not only with the design of the golf course, he was in charge of the timekeeping and running the crews as they moved the mules and the pole scrapers around the course.
He did graduate from Michigan State, or what is now Michigan State, and had a degree in landscape architecture. And he was also involved in creating the Michigan State University Turf Grass Foundation, and then with Ferris State a little bit later actually helped in creating the first management program for golf professionals. It's been said that he was always looking for the next best grass. He really lived through the evolutionary era of modern golf.
Yes, he did. Many of his personal friends were innovators of golf course equipment, turf grass breeding. He was always interested in looking at the next best implement to maintain a course, the next best way to design a golf course, looking at making it easier and more efficient for operations of the course and design.
We are remembering W. Bruce Matthews, Mr. Golf in Michigan, on this edition of the Michigan Golfer. We'll be back after these messages.
Legends beckon me to follow in their steps. Through heroic stands of towering pines, along shimmering banks of heather. Call 1-888-78-GREAT for information about Michigan golf. Legends beckon me to play forever, and I followed them to Michigan.
Our guest is W. Bruce Matthews III, grandson of the legendary Bruce Matthews. The Matthews family has been called a Michigan architectural dynasty. You began helping your grandfather when you were about 10 years old. Tell us about that experience.
Well, I was growing up on Grand Haven Golf Course, the golf course that he designed and owned and operated along with my dad, Wally. What I did on the course, I started on that golf course picking up sticks during construction on clearing the fairways. I worked on the maintenance, and a lot of times I got an opportunity to ride with my grandfather on some of his new courses that he was designing, and that's when I started getting my interest in it, is looking at the process through his eyes.
I think it would be safe to assume that your philosophy of golf course design really reflects much of what your grandfather believed.
It stems right from his design principles, his design of his greens, his design of his tees, and design of golf courses for the masses of golfers and making it an enjoyable experience for everybody.
Did he have a couple of favorite courses that he really liked?
Well, he had two in particular. He was fond. He always found a good thing on every golf course that he did, but there was two in particular. Is Grand Haven, the one that he owned and lived on, the 15th hole. And the other one was Forest Acres at Michigan State University. He's a very proud Spartan alumni, and he was always proud of his work at Forest Acres, working with John Hanna.
Well, you're an established architect in your own right now, and in addition to designing new courses, I know you do some remodeling of some rather prestigious architectural designs from the past. And in fact, you've been involved in redesigning two courses that your grandfather originally designed. How difficult was that?
Not that difficult because my work stems from his work, but it's something that I was very happy to do, and when you're looking at it, we're not doing a redesign of his work, we're doing some restoration of his work, and I was very honored to do it. It's a lot of fun.
What do you think, and certainly your grandfather has only been gone a relatively short time, but really as he looked at things happening today in the golf business, from the new technology used in design to the new technology and equipment that are people, how would he have looked at those changes?
He would have loved them. He would have loved to be a part of them. He was always looking at new technology.
Will the dynasty continue? Are there younger Matthews along the way that probably are going to be in this business someday?
Maybe. It's hard to tell. We've got younger Matthews out there. We've got a couple of them that are sitting in the right seat, that if they do want the opportunity, it'll be there. It was fun all the way through. When you look at my granddad, what he gave every one of his children and every grandchild an opportunity to work in the game of golf, and a lot of us took advantage of it.
We've been talking about W. Bruce Matthews today. Course designer, manager, superintendent, course owner, pretty good amateur golfer himself. But most importantly, Bruce Matthews was a pioneer who was committed to making the game of golf accessible, affordable, and enjoyable. Thanks, Bruce, for sharing your memories of your grandfather on this edition of the Michigan Golfer.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Great. Thank you for watching.